Hello, Swimpros news. David is having some technical difficulties. Other than that, he should be joining soon. Let me just figure this out. Where do I want to be here? Also, we don't need this. So you actually enjoy me. There you go. Cool. Um, Happy to be here. Happy to speak to you guys. I have something pretty exciting to show. Um, I hope David can make it so I can show it so he can see it as well because he hasn't seen it either. So that's that. If he cannot join, then you guys will see it before him. There you go. Cool. A couple of things I want to talk about today. Let's see, David here. There you go. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, that worked.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
I cannot hear you, by the way. So I don't know. Maybe you're muted. Let's see.
you can't now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, wait a sec. There you go. Now I got
No,
you. It's just my computer that was muted. So,
no, I hear you. Um,
all right, cool. Yeah, I was just saying I got some exciting stuff to show. Um, I'm here in Chris's office. He's right next to me. This dude, hey, this if you would see this, it would be like it's heaven. He has absolutely everything here.
can you show me? Show me.
Well, you want to see Chris?
Yeah.
Hi, David. How is it going?
Hey, man, I'm trying to sort this out here.
Is in der Schweiz?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at hospital?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
No, it
No, I
works.
can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at the hospital because my dad had surgery, but everything went well. So here we go.
Good. Glad about that.
What are we
Glad
gonna
about that.
talk about? I made the announcement. We want to talk about our values.
That's for sure. Let's talk about that first.
Um, why don't you make the announcements first, and then we'll do the values after? Sound good? I'll find a spot where I can sit.
Yeah, well, you want to sit for this.
Okay. All right. Can't wait.
Okay, here you go. So some people might notice, others don't. We talk a lot about drag socks, right? We figured this out about 6 months ago through UVA, right? UVA, they train with drag socks. Some of the best underwaters in the world, and so obviously, we implemented it into our training. Works very, very well. Everybody has dropped seconds and stuff, and now we are creating our own with the help of Chris, who you saw earlier, and prototype is ready.
Sweet. The good colors.
The right colors, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, absolutely amazing. Nah, they look amazing.
Beautiful. Exactly what we need. We need lots of them.
Yeah, yeah, we'll need a couple. But obviously for the Chinese, a couple does not mean a lot for them. So we'll get there. But yeah, nah, beautiful, nah.
I love it. Thanks, Chris.
He's thumbs up.
Yeah.
And this
And
is the
also
next one.
thanks for the gifts that I got. Luana had such a wonderful time opening them up and stuff. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Oh, the bags, mesh bags.
Same material, recycled ocean plastic, right?
Currently, it's recycled PET, polyester,
Okay.
but during mass production, it will be very, very close. During mass production, recycled ocean plastic.
Nice.
Nice. Dude, I can already see some people, you know what they're going to say?
What?
Oh, I'm just gonna use my mesh bag as drag socks and stuff. I can already.
Yeah, that won't work. It's too big. It's
Yeah,
really too big. And there's one other
beautiful.
cool thing. So I walked into his office, right? And I mean there's gadgets and stuff everywhere. It's beautiful, really. Um Water bottles with the name on the top. Yeah.
That'd be big.
For camp. 'Cause everybody has a water bottle. So that everybody can recognize their own water bottle and have the name at the top. You know, okay, hey, this is Yule's, this is my bottle, David's, right? Dude.
And you know what we're gonna do with that too? So if the name can be on the bottle, and then you and I, we're gonna go into a store, like a cool pubby or whatever, and we're gonna buy 5, 6 different duct tape colors. And then anyway, we're gonna use a water bottle trick, and then we have, it's gonna be, oh, I'm pink, and then it's gonna be really easy to spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, so excited. Chris doing an amazing job for Swimpros. Thank you very much. This is woof.
And now what
This
we have
I'm
to like
excited
sell.
about.
Now we're gonna have to sell like 10,000 of these.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, cool. Good.
Good.
Yeah, that was kind of the fun part, obviously, and I think we can pretty much go straight over into the next topic, right?
Yeah. Our values. I mean, right? I mean, it's just like, can you hear me okay? Because it's crazy windy, but is the sound okay? It's kind of
fine.
shitty, right?
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
But like, so the goals that we have at Swimpros, right? They are in a way they're materialistic goals in the sense we're doing something with our 3D body, right? So we're not about spiritual growth and all that. So why the values are important, because when we're trying to change, we need to actually change the way we do things if we want to get different results in the materialistic world, right? If
sure.
you just want to feel better about yourself, you can go in the mountains, you can meditate and stuff, and you can change your thinking, change your feelings, and that will grow. You will grow spiritually. But if you want to make shit like happen in the 3D world, not saying the real world, but in the 3D world, like with money, with grades, with swim times, and all that, we need to actually change the way we do things. Make sense?
Yep.
But at the core of that, and I think that's really important for everyone to understand. This is why it's tip 10 out of 30 to swim faster. It's a longer tip, but in a way, it's the most important. So we got to change the way we think. Then we change the way we think, how we look at things in a different way. It will change how we feel about it. And then it will change what we actually do about it, because we always do what we feel like doing, right?
It will change the approach. It will change the approach.
Exactly. And so that's why we need the values. Dude, I'm freezing here. I'm going to get a cold. I'm going to be out of business for a week. Got to find some shelter.
No, we don't need that right now.
Rough conditions here in Switzerland, I'll tell you.
Oh man, it's cold, isn't it? Damn.
It's right now it is, but here's okay. Anyway, so we got to change the way we think. And the easiest way to do that is to change our values, because automatically, if we have different values, we're going to look at things differently, right? So if somebody has a value of having certainty, needing to know everything, they will look at things differently than if somebody has a value, say, adventure, right? Yeah. They can look at the same thing, but they're going to have they're going to think different things about it. They're going to feel differently about it, and going to take different actions.
True.
Right. And so that's why the values that we have at Swimpros, and I think they're very good values. Otherwise, we wouldn't have picked them.
Obviously.
Yeah. And they just happen to align with the pros. So swim, and then we have pros P, R, O, and S, and they just happen to align really, really nicely. And so let's go with ownership.
We had the name before we had the values spelled out. So
yeah. But then we got smart about it, because like people love acronyms. It's really easy to remember. But let's not start with P, because P, so it's preparation, it is resilience, then it's ownership, and then it's speed and performance. All right. And so we think that the most important one is ownership. Because right? Because it like chronologically, if you don't take ownership of your career and your life, the others won't matter as much. So it's like the first step has to be for you to take charge of your swimming career and your freaking life, right? Don't let
Right.
other people run it,
Super important.
right?
Super important. And yeah, we see it all the time, right? The guys and girls who actually take ownership changes right away. Changes everything.
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 And
And it's
what's the
also
opposite?
very easy to implement change with them, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's fun. It's fun because because what's the opposite of ownership? It's like something along the lines of victimhood, like being a victim.
Yeah.
Things happen to you, poor you, and it's not fair. The world is not fair. It's working out for everybody, but not me. And
Yeah.
people treating me not nice, and I'm at a disadvantage. That's victim.
It's everybody else except for you.
Exactly. Right? It's just so unfair. And so that will not get you anywhere in life. And it will actually make you feel look, you just have no power. And it sucks to feel powerless, right? Things just happen and you have no control over it. But that's not how it works. It's just as long as you don't take ownership, that's how it's going to go. People are going to throw you around. Life is going to throw you around and you're just at the mercy of whatever happens around you and what the people around you decide, right? That's the opposite of ownership.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why ownership is you just make a decision, you step into it, and you say, I'm taking charge of my life. I'm going to create my life and my swimming career. That's it.
Yep.
Right? And you start making changes, and you're going to feel so amazing about it. And you'll feel very good because you say, okay, I'm taking ownership of that. I'm going to change this. And you change it, and you're like, wow, that worked.
The cool thing is also we show how to get to that ownership, right? How to get to that place where you are taking responsibility for your actions, right?
Yep.
We show how, and I think that's, I think everybody understands this, but not everybody understands how to get there. And we really help with how to get there, right?
Yep.
I think that's still a big factor, right?
Yep. Very important.
Yeah, inside your connection is directly getting bad. So there you go.
Cool. So anything? I got to go outside. I see. Sacrifice.
We can keep it short
to stay alive. No, but that's it, right? So there's nothing more to add to just make a decision and be like, step into ownership and start moving some things in your life. That's it.
No. Yeah.
Right. And then you can follow our guidance if you want it to be fast, or you can do it on your own if you want it to be a bit slower. But either way, you're going to be better off.
Yep, for sure. There you go.
So that's ownership. Then I would say the next thing would be the P for preparation.
Or resilience.
Or resilience. But let's say, so we're taking ownership and then we start preparing a bit better, right? So if people, swimmers or parents, choose to listen to what we teach based on the experience and stuff that we have, we're going to, instead of winging everything and just improvising all the time, we're giving them some systems, tested systems and proven systems that work, right? And they can start to prepare systematically, well, with a system, instead of just having to guess everything and changing everything all the time and never knowing what actually works and what doesn't. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. For sure.
Right? So like one of the simplest things is that, and it's like surprising because it really is simple. If you have a great race, what you do, it's just an example. What you do, you take a pen and a piece of paper and you write down all the things you did and you didn't do before that race, right? The whole day or maybe the night leading up to it, and you write that down in detail. And then all you have to do is you repeat that for the next race because it's a winning recipe.
Yep.
Right? It's so simple.
And the cool thing is when you actually write it down, and because you will forget certain details. And the thing is, when you write it down, you can pinpoint what you want to change in order to try out something else, something different, to even be better prepared. And if that didn't work, you can go back to what worked the previous time, put that back in, and maybe try changing something else, right? This is what we have been doing with some of our swimmers, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Right, preparation, and then you have mental preparation, you have technical preparation, you have physical preparation, you have taper preparation. All of that will, when you start doing those, you will have better results. Right? There's just no question about it. So that's prep.
It will impact the results for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's guaranteed. Like it's guaranteed. It literally is guaranteed. How much is not guaranteed, and when exactly may also not be guaranteed. Right? We can't say you will PB in 2 weeks, but if we can guarantee that you will PB, and we can guarantee that, yeah, that you will be better. That's
for sure.
right.
Eventually, it will come.
Exactly. So that's preparation. And again, these are a lot of the tools that we teach. We didn't invent them. We just kind of, we'll call it copy, or we got inspired by people who've been doing that for a very long time, who have a track record. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can just go out there, because success leaves clues, right? So we can just go out there, look at what the best swim coaches do. What do they say? What did the sports psychologist of Michael Phelps say, right? And we can just take these things to regulate the nervous system, to get your taper on point, all that stuff. We can just take it and give it to you in a very digestible, easy to understand kind of format. Right? That's
and
prep.
I think that's where we're good at, right? Is actually making it digestible, and then also kind of adapting it to the crowd that we have. Right? And so we are adding some of our how do I want to say this? Some of our values or some of our own kind of theories in there. But in the end, yeah, we're not inventing anything new. We're just making it maybe easier to understand, or yeah.
Exactly. Which is important in today's information world, because a lot of information, you can find it through AI and the internet if you search long enough, but it doesn't mean you actually understand and use it and get results. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So that's the prep system. And then for the parents, right, it's kind of important too, because I see parents winging it all the time. They have no clue what they're talking about. They read somewhere somebody needs a protein shake after swimming, and then for the next 10 years they give them protein shakes after swim workout, and they have no clue, right? So no offense, but most of the time we know better. So you're better off listening to us if you want your kid to do well, right?
Yeah,
just simple.
for sure.
Okay. So that's prep. Now, we can do all the prep in the world, and things are still not going to work out from time to time, right? Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I mean, same with us, right? So yeah, there you go.
Really? For me, always working. Yeah. No, but like, imagine how boring it would be, dude, if everything that you want to happen, it would just happen like this. Imagine.
Yeah, if everything we touch turned to gold, I mean, we wouldn't have anything to do.
No, exactly. And also, like, when you like think in life, the things that feel the most amazing are the ones where you put in a lot of effort and you actually failed. You didn't get what you wanted right away, and you had to change the way you do things, and you have to grind, and you have to learn new things. You have to level up, and then you get it. It feels amazing. If you just get it like this, if you inherit money, you don't appreciate it. If you make it, you do. Self-made.
That's huge difference.
Right. So in swimming, you're going to have to be self-made. There's nobody can just give it to you. So you are, per definition, self-made. But that's where resilience comes in. So we have ownership, we have preparation, and then we have resilience, that when it doesn't go according to plan, what do you do?
Yep. What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly how to cope with that, right?
Yeah.
And we've been seeing lately, right? Because now it's qualification season, and everybody's trying to get to either their respective national championships, age group nationals, junior Europeans, blah blah. You really see the difference between the swimmers who have actually been working on resilience with us versus the other swimmers who haven't, and are kind of almost like falling behind. Because I saw swimmers, right, at Swiss nationals. Swiss nationals are over. They didn't qualify for anything, and now they're just, for 4 weeks, haven't been back into the water. It's like, okay, what is happening? You gave up?
Yeah. Discouraged? Can't handle the bad feelings, right?
And that's also one of the things that we always say, right? Because their focus was so much on that one piece of outcome, that one qualification, that as soon as they didn't achieve it, it felt like, okay, there's nothing else for me to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And dude, my feeling is that when you look at the values that we described, the ownership part is really not that difficult. For some people it is, but for most people, for some they're already in the victim and poor me is going to be the bit harder. But at that age, like teenage age, it should be okay to do, right? You just make a decision and you follow through. The
There you go.
preparation is pretty simple too, because again, we have a system. We give it to you in a way where it's easy to consume and you just hear what you actually need to hear.
Yeah, preparation is easy when you have a system in place.
Exactly.
Without it,
Exactly. Without it, then you're researching, you're not preparing, you're researching at that point.
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge. But because we can provide that, it's actually also not that difficult. If you're coachable and you can just follow a step-by-step system, you can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But the resilience, that is when, because also I can guarantee you, we can guarantee everybody. Just like we can guarantee that you're going to do better if you follow the preparation system that we have, we can also guarantee you will not get what you want all the time.
True.
You will be disappointed and frustrated and sad and discouraged over and over and over and over again. That's a guarantee.
Yep.
But how do you react in those situations is, and this is the most important in my opinion, is what defines your character. And that is what swimming does. It builds your character. It's cool because if you have a better character, people are going to like you more. You're going to be more successful in swimming and stuff. You might be in a national team, Olympics or whatever. But then later in life, you have a solid, hardworking, resilient character. You will be in the top 1%.
It's a great foundation to be there, right?
Automatically.
Yep, for sure.
And really, like, that is the most, I mean, we like fast swimming. Don't get us wrong, or don't get me wrong. But we envision, in like 10, 20 years from now, when people come back and they say, this is where we met David and Yule, and that's when my life took on a new direction. And then there's so many positive changes that can come from that, or came from that. That's what our vision is. It's the fast swimming, having an army at the Olympics, yes. But it's like years later, just like my coach at UVA, that man changed my life. And he's retired now. He's going to be on one of our camps as a guest coach very soon. He already said yes.
Nice.
So we're going to have University of Virginia coach. But anyway, right, that's resilience. What do you do when it doesn't work out?
Yeah, and one other thing that you said, just following up on that, is Sophia's mom asked me, well, I don't really have to get into detail about that, but it's more about how many swimmers who were great athletes back in the day do you know who are not doing good now in life? I couldn't name one. Because it builds such great character, and it's such a good life school. Being able to go to training, being able to deal with all the crap that goes on. Such a great life school. So yeah, every swimmer that was good, that was in like national team and up, they're doing great in life now. All of them.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's true. Same for me. Well, we know a lot of the same people, but yeah, I agree.
True.
And we got Milo and Peter Mankoč coming, so they're doing great. That's Tino, Sergio, yeah. So, right. So, but resilience is really when it doesn't work out, which is guaranteed to happen. Can you spin it around and use it as fuel? Learn your lesson and come back stronger. And if you do that, you will get what you want eventually. And in the process, you get stronger. Your character builds, and it will make you hugely successful.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
So that's resilience. And then as a result of that, the last value that we have is speed. or / performance. Okay? And that will just be an end result of taking ownership, preparing the right way, and then becoming resilient. And again, it's like not you're resilient or you're not, right? It's like in selling, they always say, this is good for everybody to understand, for everything, for the prep, for the ownership. It's not like I take ownership or I don't. It's not I'm prepped or I'm not, or it's not I'm resilient or I'm not. It's in selling, they say the most important thing is that you believe in your product, right? Which is cool for us. Camps, we're selling them a lot because we really believe in the camp.
For sure. I mean, yeah, for sure.
But it's not, do you believe in the camp or not? The question is, how much do we believe in the camp? A fucking shit ton. Oh, I'm not supposed to swear, sorry, but a lot, right?
Yeah, more than a lot. I mean,
More than a
also,
lot.
it's just proven. It works.
Exactly. But for resilience, it's not, I'm resilient or I'm not. The question is, how resilient am I? It's not a 1 or a 0. It's any number in between, right?
Yeah.
And there's always levels. So we can always take more ownership. We can always be more resilient. We can always prep better.
True.
So it never stops. And as a result, a function of how much ownership you take, how well you prep, and how resilient you are, right? The end result will be speed or performance PBs.
True.
Right? And
Also,
then when
speed
we're
is
all,
something we need to work on.
exactly.
But
Exactly. So that's the other interpretation of speed. It works really well. It's like one is the PB, the performance. And the other thing is what you always talk about, that we need to focus less on just doing kilometers, because a lot of clubs do a good job at that. But we need to focus on actually developing speed in training.
yeah.
Right.
Because the faster your 50 is, the easier it's going to be to hold like whatever speed you need in order to get to your 100 PB. And the same thing in a 200. If you can comfortably swim a 59, if your 58 is a PB, then a 59 is not going to be a comfortable first 100 in a 200.
Exactly.
But if you go with 55 in the first 100 in 100, then your 59 is going to be pretty comfortable to swim in the 200. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have those two definitions of speed, and they work greatly with our system, right?
Exactly. And those are like the fundamental 4 values. Well, really the first 3 are values, and then the 4th is just like something we focus on, or something that's the end result of the first 3. So it's just 3 things. And these 3 things in the pro system, right? P for, well, it's preparation, R for resilience, O for ownership, and then S for speed. But really
There you
it's
go.
ownership, then prep, then resilience, and then speed.
Yep.
So we should I was thinking I ran out of AI credits, but they're back, and it's, as you know, it's working, right? So I might like do a phone wallpaper or something, with the background with the 4 values for all of our swimmers, so they can kind of take that maybe
Pinpoint
and
it.
then put their own photo on it or whatever. I think that'd be cool. So
Yeah, that'd
it
be
goes
really
in
cool.
there, right? Because it's a guide. It's like a North Star. It's a guiding light. When you live by those values, it will be a million times easier to make the decision that serves you better if you just say, okay, yes, I do want to take ownership as much as I can right now. I do want to prep as good as I can right now. And I'm committed to becoming resilient. When it happens, I'm not going to, well, you can be sad, but I'm going to find the lesson, and I'm not going to be discouraged. I'm not going to not train for a month. I'm not going to blame my coach or my parents or whoever, right?
Yeah, true.
It's a compass that will make you choose differently. And as a result of that, because you choose differently, you make different decisions, you will change your results, right? That's what this is. It's change your thinking, change how you feel in the heart, and that changes your actions. That's how this works.
Yep. Let's
Okay.
go.
Let's go. Oh, dude, I'm gonna freeze.
Yeah.
I think we covered that pretty well. We're gonna upload the video in the school group and stuff, right? I'll do that when I'm home.
Yeah, and phone wallpaper would be cool, yeah?
Cool. I'll do that too.
Cool. Okay.
All
Get
right, man.
inside, don't freeze. Say hello to everybody.
We'll do. See you next week. Well, we'll talk before that, right? But everybody else, we'll see you next.